Right, children. So we start our revisions from today. Now, what we will do, let me tell you, we'll start with real numbers. Okay. From now on, please maintain proper notes. Our target has to be 4 chapters a month. As simple as that. Otherwise, we won't be able to do. So I would do real numbers. I'll give you a broad concept, type of problems, and then I will tell you, I'll mark out the problems also. From right now, we don't need your laptop and all. As of now, right now, we don't need the laptop. So let the class knowledge be over. This is your one pager. My one pager is with me. I somehow forgot, so I just got a WhatsApp of it. I want you all to have a one pager similarly of this chapter. This one pager would be sufficient to solve real numbers. Real numbers usually do not contribute. Few days back, I sent one Instagram reel also. If you see out there, the weightage, chapter wise weightage is there. Real numbers will not contribute to a 5-mark question. Okay. As you do real numbers today, we'll do real numbers today, and since today was an extra class, so tomorrow also we'll continue real numbers. Okay. But I expect by next Sunday, and I won't follow it up with you. This is your job. By next Sunday, whatever we assign, what happens, I'll just be harsh now. I don't know. You should be done with that. And in between the two, by next Sunday, we are going to meet on Monday as well as Wednesday. You can bring up your questions. See, the target has to be 4 chapters per month. If you do these problems, more than enough. It will be more than enough. And since we are doing real numbers, any of the real number problem which you actually could not do in your first term exam, please do those also. Your first term question paper, you just take up and do real numbers question. Okay, so we start. So obviously we can't go through the whole chapter, but we will discuss everything that is necessary for us to remember what we did. Very small chapter. Now, if anyone has a sample book and he or she refers to the sample book for this chapter, if your sample book is not very new, it will have a lot of questions from Euclid's division lemma, which you will not be able to figure out. Even those questions are there in this particular booklet also. That's the reason I'll mark out the questions for you, and you're supposed to do those only. Euclid's division lemma aapka nahi hai. Unless and until it's an absolute new book, you won't be able to understand which is Euclid's division lemma and which is not. 5:30. We started. Come on, we are waiting for you. And that's the reason I called up. Okay, ma'am. She can. Thank you. So, Euclid's division lemma is not there in your particular, what you call, course. But it will be difficult for you to figure out problems which are from Euclid's division lemma. Certain HCF problems will also be there. Okay. So, pay attention. And don't go and solve every problem from R.D. Sharma. Too much of hard work is also not necessary. Take your book out, aram se. So as we talk about what you call the real numbers, brief concept. Okay, so this is my number line. When you go to grade 11, you will be hearing this word a lot, that they will say real numbers means minus infinity to plus infinity, denoted by the English letter R. Maybe you are not so much familiar, but when you go to grade 11, this R concept will be used a lot. A number X belongs to R. R means it belongs to the real number family. But let's understand what all are there in real numbers. Cool down. I just get, it's 1 minute only. After that, I'm fine. Okay. So the real numbers start with the set of numbers. What all will be there in real numbers? We'll have the set of natural numbers. Natural number starts from 1 to infinity. 1, 2, 3. Anything that is in nature. You see 1 mango, 2 mango, 3 mangoes, 4 mango. You don't see 1.5 mango, nor do you see 0 mango. Right? So that is called set of natural numbers. Anywhere anyone has a doubt, he stops me right then and there itself. Dobara nahi padha paunga, time nahi hai. Ye crash hai pura. Natural numbers, clear. 0 does not come in natural number. 1, 2, 3, 4. After that comes the whole numbers. Whole numbers bolte hai, whole yaad rakho. Means 0 is included. So natural number hamare kya kya ho gaye? 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on up till infinity. Whole numbers will be 0 and the set of natural numbers. Are we fine? Then comes the set of integers denoted by Z or Z as you say. Now Z is further broken as the set of minus Z and the set of plus Z. Minus z means negative infinity, dot 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 dot, negative 3, negative 2 and negative 1. You don't have a negative 1.5 or something like that. Plus z means 0, 1, 2, 3 up to positive infinity. Clear? Okay. यहाँ तक सब clear होता है. फंसोगे इसके बाद से. Then comes q. Q is my set of rational numbers. Rational numbers. Rational number, any number in the format p upon q, where q cannot be, where p and q both belong to the integer family. This symbol means belong to the integer family, and q cannot be equal to 0. If any number has a denominator as 0, that number in Hindi में हम बोलेंगे अपारिभाषित. You can't define that number. It's called indeterminate. We can't determine that. So make sure that you have this thing. So far okay? Advita, normalizing? ठीक है. अब धीरे धीरे सब ठीक लगेगा. इधर friend बैठा है. Don't worry. Okay. So next comes the set of irrational numbers. Now we'll not go by grade 9 as of now. Grade 9 में हमने सीखा था non-terminating, non-repeating. We'll go to that also. But one of the best way to understand irrational numbers are, if we talk about irrational numbers, because a lot of 1 mark questions are going to come. So concept should be clear. Any under root of a non-perfect square. Do you understand what's a perfect square? A number which is going to yield you a natural number or an integer as its root. Let's say 4. 4's root are what? Plus 2, minus 2. Any number which does not yield you an integer as its root is known as a non-perfect square. Like say the number 3, है ना? Like say the number 2, 5. ये सारे numbers irrational होते हैं, right? Or else we can also say like root of all prime numbers, but this is one of a very nice definition. If you want to see from rational numbers, if you see rational numbers, then these rational numbers, if we expand, they can be of two types. They might terminate or they might non-terminating. Like say for example, I have a number which is say 10 by 3. 10 by 3 does not terminate. 22 by 7 does not terminate. Whereas a 10 by 8 terminates. Now this termination questions will also be there in sample book, but this is not there in your syllabus. If you want to understand, for any fraction to terminate, for any fraction, say p upon q to terminate, you should be able to express q as 2 to the power m into 5 to the power n. अगर आप ऐसे express कर पाते हो, then it will terminate. This is not there in your syllabus. I am not marking those questions also. Terminating, test of terminacy was there in the earlier syllabus. It's not there. Your syllabus is the NCERT. Should you have any doubt, go to cbse.nic.in and you can refer back. Your syllabus is NCERT. Zyada bhi mat padho. Devote that time to social studies and other subjects. Okay, 2 to the power of n into 5 to the power n. Let's say let's pick up a number like say for example, let's say 13 by 8. This is just general knowledge. क्या ये terminate करेगा? तो हम 8 को कैसे लिख सकते हैं जरा देखो तो 2 to the power 3 into 5 to the power 0 ये terminate करेगा, ये terminate कर जाएगा. Have you understood? So terminating, non-terminating. This is grade 9 stuff that we are studying. Terminating, non-terminating. Now if you don't terminate, then you can be under two sides. Non-terminating, we say non-terminating, repeating, non-terminating, non-repeating. Non-terminating, repeating means like say 10 upon 3. This will be 3.3 bar. 3.3333333 यही हो जाएगा. Or this is called periodicity. 9 में पढ़ा था. Like say a number is 3.23232323. जो repeat करता है उसे हम period कहते हैं. उसके ऊपर bar बिठाते हैं. Irrational numbers ये होते हैं. Non-terminating, non-repeating. Like 22 by 7. You will never get a pattern. 3.1426 blah 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 blah. Root 2 1.414. Root 3 1.732. ये clear हो गया? Real numbers. इससे ज़्यादा और आपको जानने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं. Anyone has any question? Please do not hesitate to tell me. This is the problem of a too much security laptop. Every time now it will ask for my face. Yeah. Is this clear? Any questions so far? No. Can I proceed? We are getting this class recorded also, so don't worry. So let's go to the next section. This chapter's next section is Fundamental Theorem of Arithmetic. Fundamental Theorem of Arithmetic. Before going to Fundamental Theorem of Arithmetic, let us have our concept clear on something called prime number, composite number. किसी को कोई doubt है इसमें? What is a prime number? A prime number is one which is either divisible by itself or one. Only two factors. And what is a composite number? A composite has two or more than two factors. Composite cake, vanilla, chocolate मिला के composite. दो से ज़्यादा. Or more than two. Two or more than two. Like, so for example, 6. 6 के factor क्या हो गए? 2 into 3. 2 के factor क्या हो गए? 1 into 2. 8 के factors क्या हो गए? 2 into 2 into 2. So more than 2? 2 or more than 2? 2 or more than 2 is the bare minimum that we have to give. One is neither prime nor composite. Which is the smallest composite number? 4. 4 is the smallest composite number. More than 2. 2 or more than 2. Okay? So fundamental theorem of arithmetic is very simple. Nobody is going to ask you definition. It says that every composite number can be expressed as a product of its primes. Every composite number. Let us say a number like say 9. 9 can be expressed as 3 into 3. Right? 12 can be expressed as 3 into 4. 2 into 2. Every composite number can be expressed as a product of primes. Ultimately, you will get primes. And this factorization is always unique. मैं करूंगा तो अलग नहीं आएगा, आप करेंगे तो अलग नहीं आएगा. जो अलग आ सकता है, that is the manner in which you may present it or I may present it. Is it clear? Fundamental theorem of arithmetic tells me that every composite number can be expressed as the product of its primes. And this factorization is unique. And what only differs is the manner in which you have shown the presentation. But generally, as a hygiene, what do we show? We show the smaller factors first, followed by the larger factors. Out here, there is an example in NCERT, and that example is there in our practice papers also will come. That 4 to the power n wala example. Rattu hai to rattu. Say that 4 to the power n can never end in a number with 0 as an ending. Good, you remember it. That's the way you have to be now. ये problem मैंने किया है, वैसा type हो जाना है. This is revision. This is strategic learning. 4 to the power n can never be a number which has 0 as ending. So how do we say that? We use again fundamental theorem of arithmetic. 4 to the power n को हम कैसे लिखेंगे बच्चा? Tell me. We can add 2 square and then you put an n. It becomes 2 to the power n. In order to have a 0, you should have at least 5 appearing as one of the factors. Otherwise, you can never get a 0. Just check. To get 0, a 5 should appear. There is no way that you are getting 5. You are only getting factors in terms of 2. Therefore, 4 to the power n. Now, this question may come as a true or false. Or if your bad luck is very bad, do anticipate that it will be bad in your pre-finals. Somebody might ask you, justify that 4 to the power n does not end. And you can't complain on that because this is a solved example on NCERT. NCERT का solved example छोड़ना ही नहीं है under any circumstance. It will be very, very painful that the problem is there in your book and you could not do it. Take this problem has been marked in the assignments that we will do. Clear so far? So this section brings us to a very kiddo level subject after this, which is known as HCF and LCM. और इसी के ऊपर बहुत सारे प्रॉब्लम आएंगे. All the 4 markers questions are going to come on this HCF and LCM. Now the way that you do HCF and LCM is called the tabular method. We all know how to do HCF and LCM. Anyone who has issues with HCF LCM with the kiddo method, है ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. पहले ऐसे देखो HCF. पहले ऐसे देखते हैं, आ जाइए. Let's say we have a number 24. And we have a number 36. We're supposed to find the highest common factor. This is not by prime factorization. This chapter will be concentrating more on prime factorization way. That we will learn right now. ये है normal school method. The school method में बच्चा method व्हाट डू वी डू, टेक कॉमन फैक्टर 2, 2 से लेंगे तो 12 2 जा 24 18, फिर से 2 2 6 जा 12, 2 9 जा 18, फिर 3 से जाएगा 3 2 जा 6, 3 3 जा 9। HCF में आगे बढ़ना है तो ऐसे आगे बढ़ो, हिंदी इज फाइन विथ यू राइट, दैट वो सबको मौत देना है। अब 2 लोगे तो सिर्फ इसको जस्टिफाई होगा, ये नहीं, ऐसा नहीं चलता है। HCF में सबको खिला के जाना है, एंड HCF is always the product in this manner। यही अगर LCM होता, LCM स्टार्ट किससे होता है, L से होता है ना, तो LCM is this product, means LCM would be 2 into 2 into 3 into 2 into 3 like an L। HCF will be only one डंडा, तो HCF कितना निकला हमारा 2 2 4, 4 into 3 12। अब सोचो HCF मतलब क्या है, दिस इज द हाईएस्ट फैक्टर that you can obtain, a highest common factor। Now 24 has got lot of factors, similarly 36 has lot of factors। ये वो फैक्टर है जो दोनों को कॉमन है और सबसे बड़ा है। अब इसका यूज हम कहां कर सकते हैं, बर्फी वाला प्रॉब्लम, देयर आर बादाम बर्फीज एंड काजू बर्फीज, देयर इज वन प्रॉब्लम ना, बादाम बर्फी काजू बर्फी, इनको दुकान क्या करता है, इक्वल स्टैक में सजाता है, but my count of total badam barfi is different, my count of total kaju barfi is different, but I need to set them in such a way that customer को देख के थोड़ा अच्छा लगता है। So what I'm using, highest common factor, वो नंबर लाओ जिसमें बादाम भी सज सकता है, काजू भी सज सकता है। There are 2 gallons of diesel and kerosene, and ना साइकिलिंग इसमें नहीं आएगा, अभिमन्यु मत बनो, पूरा सुनो पहले। There is diesel and kerosene, try to find a bucket size so that with the minimum number of decantations you are able to empty both of them। So it has to be such a bucket which fits this also, fits this also, and the highest bucket that is possible, equal quantities, HCF problems। ठीक है, ये हुआ Kido method। Now have everybody understood the Kido method? Then there is one more method when you do big problems, then we can do one more method which is known as our GCD method, greatest common divisor, GCD। GCD is not taught in your book। GCD में हम क्या करते हैं, बिगर नंबर को छोटा नंबर से डिवाइड कर दो, 24 1 जा 24, what is the difference, 12, agreed। 12 will again divide this 24, 12 2 जा 24, 0 आ गया। This is basically Euclid's division lemma। Once you get a 0, the last divisor is the HCF। 2 दूनी 4, 4 तिया 12, 12। This is helpful when you are doing with bigger numbers। One of the most helpful method is GCD। Have you understood GCD? Take, अच्छा, if it was 3 numbers क्या करोगे, पहले 2 नंबर का HCF निकाल लो, then the HCF versus the third number, your wish। You can take the biggest and the middle one, and छोटे वाले को बाद में आप कर सकते हो। GCD will be very helpful when you are doing this बर्फी and all type of problem। तब ऐसे 2 2 जा 4, 2 3 जा 6 करते करते दिन हो जाएगा। ये Advita, did you understand GCD method? Okay, GCD, if 3 numbers are given, how do you do GCD? You take any 2 numbers, find their HCF, it's just like cricket match, A and B plays, the winner will then play with her, and then that HCF is made to contest with the third remaining number। Remember, the bigger number is always divided by the smaller, you go on dividing, go on dividing, go on dividing, go on dividing, this is Euclid's division lemma, unless and until you get a 0, you will get a 0, the last divisor is known as your HCF। खत्म। LCM का ऐसा कोई वे नहीं है, LCM is either this way or prime factorization। So now we go to prime factorization way। ठीक है, चल let's go to prime factorization, and you might get a lot of questions on prime factorization, that solve the LCM by prime factorization। तो आइए, do you know what is prime factorization? A factorization which is conducted by prime numbers। बहुत अच्छा ज्ञानी बच्चे, prime factorization। Now let's take 2 numbers, book का example जैसे देखते हैं। Let's try to find the LCM and HCF between 6 and 20। एक बार बताऊंगा तब क्लियर हो जाएगा। प्राइम फैक्टराइजेशन, चलिए 6 का प्राइम फैक्टराइजेशन कीजिए, 2 into 3, अग्रीड। Done. 20 is prime factorization. 2 into 10 means another 2 into 5. So what I do, I'm writing 5 out here. Okay. Possible? And this I'm changing it now as 2 square into a to the power 1 लिख सकते हैं, 3 to the power 1 लिख सकते हैं, and there was a 5. So slowly, but just slowly forget this line. Slowly forget this line. So we have what? 5, right? But we will write it in such a manner that we are having the factors को common कर लो. This fellow did not have a 3. So 3 to the power 0 into 5 to the power 1. This did not have a 5. First you make common factors. This fellow had only 2 into 3. This fellow had 2 into 5. So introduce 3 for him and introduce 5 for him. Common, common. अब आप क्या निकाल रहे हो? पहले क्या निकालना है? LCM. Just concentrate on this word. इसका मतलब क्या है? Lowest. लेकिन जो तुमको बोलता है तुम लाइफ में उल्टा करते हो, बोलता हूं पढ़ो, तुम इंस्टाग्राम देखते हो, तो अभी वही करना है. You only start thinking उल्टा. Lowest बोला तो you consider highest powers. चलो. What is the highest power of 2? 2 square. What is the highest power of 3? 1. What is the highest power of 5? 1. This is your LCM. Means 4. 12 into 5, which is 60 is your LCM. Have you understood? If you are asked to find out the HCF, you again concentrate on this one. It means highest. आपको क्या करना है? उल्टा सोचना है. That means lowest. What is the lowest power of 2 among these two? 2 to the power 1. Then look at 3. 3 is 3 to the power 0. And look at 5. 5 to the power 0. So our HCF is 2. How many of you understood? Up करके देखो 1 or 2 examples. We will do 1 or 2 examples. Right now you do this one only. Okay. LCM and HCF. Always make sure that the given two numbers are represented in such a way that the common factors appear for them. Sir, common factors was not there. Then you please create it by putting the exponent 0. Ingu, mingu, pingu, ingu, mingu, pingu. That you have to do. Clear? Yes. ओके पहले ज्ञान ले लेते हैं फिर प्रॉब्लम्स. आपने घर में करना है, कुछ यहाँ पे सिखाएंगे, कुछ बाकी. टाइम इज रनिंग सो फास्ट. चलिए, लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड द मीनिंग ऑफ LCM. HCF तो सीख लिया. नाउ LCM, लोएस्ट कॉमन मल्टीपल. LCM कैन नेवर बी स्मॉलर देन द नंबर. सोचो ना, मल्टीपल बड़ा ही होगा. HCF कैन नेवर बी बिगर देन द नंबर. फैक्टर छोटा ही होगा. इज दिस क्लिकिंग इन योर हेड? So let's say, right, so let's say two different numbers are there. Now this number has a magnitude up till here, the magnitude, or let's say not the magnitude. Let's say we are finding the multiples of this number. So the multiples of this number, the multiples of this number are going away in this manner. And you're finding various multiples. Do you agree? And for this number also you are getting multiples and you're getting various values. There will be one particular value where the two multiples will coincide. That is LCM. हाँ, साइकिल वाइकिल वाला प्रॉब्लम जो है. अब आप सोचो, ये आदमी पेबल सिटी में चक्कर लगाता है, राइट? स्पीड इज डिफरेंट and this person's speed is different. But so first you will find that this person is trailing. After 1 or 2 chakkar you won't be able to say who is trailing, because you don't know how many counts of rounds have happened. You might think that I am actually leading the walk, but I might be actually trailing. There will be one particular portion at which both the person will coincide. That is what? That is the lowest common multiple in terms of their speed. traffic light problem. The last time the traffic lights synchronized was at this time. When will the traffic light synchronize again? And they will give you the numbers. So in that numbers, we are supposed to see the lowest common multiple. And you understand? It's like the earth and the moon coming together. Coincidence. Coincidence आगे जाके होगा, पहले हो ही नहीं सकता है. Listening to the question itself will make you understand. If you read the question once or twice, there are plenty of questions that are there in our booklet that will make you understand the concept of LCM. Okay. Few more 1 mark, 2 mark questions that come from here are some formulas that you should know. The LCM into the HCF of two numbers is equal to product of the numbers. तो ये भी आपका फॉर्मूला में आना चाहिए. जो भी लिख रहा हूँ ये आपके 1 page sheet में होना चाहिए. It should be equal to the product of the numbers. If you have 3 numbers, okay, then there is one more. Say if you have 3 numbers, let's say you want to find out the LCM of 3 numbers. This is there mentioned in the book, but there are no problems. PQR, then it will be PQR. When you're finding LCM, you will always multiply with HCF of PQR divided by HCF of 2 numbers taken at a time. Did you understand that? This is just a symmetry that you have to observe. It is there in your books to remember. In blue box it is there. Anything in NCERT we can't leave. Just check karo. Rahega 100%. Check it. Is there. I have done my homework and come. On the right side, as the chapter ends, bottom below. Yes, there you go. Yo. So you can never say कि कोर्स के बाहर से आया. Tell the page number. 9. So on page number 9 it is there. इसको कैसे याद रखना? LCM of 3 numbers. The formulas of LCM and HCF are same. Looking at this, let us get the HCF formula. HCF of PQR will be what, you tell me? Same. PQR into LCM of PQR divided by LCM of PQ, LCM of QR and LCM of PR. Bas. Rakh lo. If they ask you, then what will you say? It is there in the book, na? Like, sum of the roots for a quadratic equation in our next chapter. We only do quadratic. Cubic hua to sum of the roots, product of the roots, and then sum of product of the roots taken 2 at a time. Alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha. ना नहीं कर सकते. बुक में तो है. फंसा दिया तो फंस जाएंगे. हाँ है. वो भी बुक में है. 100%. Clear, बच्चा? This is okay. And after this comes visiting. So this is fundamental theorem of arithmetic. This part was actually Euclid's division lemma. So if this is over, the next thing that we come is irrational numbers, and I'll not do. In irrational numbers, the type of questions that you will get is prove that root 2 is irrational. No point of doing the proof now and using time, but I'll just tell you these are proved by method of contradiction. We will first say that, look how it works. We will say let root 2 be rational and let this number be something like an R by S. But we don't know whether R by S is the smallest form or not. So we say R by S has been further, what do you say, reduced to its lowest form. And now root 2 has been written in the form of, say, A by B, where A and B have no other common factors other than 1, and we say A and B is equal to our co-prime numbers. Ajay, have you understood what it is? If you go to ICSE book, they actually start the problem from here, but CBSE is good in this. They first say, let root 2 be R by S. R by S means what? It is something like 12 by 6. Not 12 by 6, 12 by 8, say for example. Is 12 by 8 the smallest form? No, it can be further shortened. A by B is the most short form. Now you don't have any more common factors between them, because that is the point which we will contradict. And the only common factor between them is 1. Then you square both sides. And before that, there is one theorem which we also should remember, not for proof. It is written. This is not for your proof. It says if P divides A square, then P will also divide A. वो यहाँ पे use होगा. And then finally you will say that A and B have got another common factor as C. Like it comes up, which cannot be possible. So this is just ratta from the book. I'm not spending time, but we'll spend time on some findings. Questions can come as prove that root 2 is irrational, root 3 is irrational, root 5 is irrational. ऐसा एक pattern आ सकता है. Another pattern can be prove that 2 plus root 3 is irrational. This is far more easy. In this, what will happen? You will take this as a format of A by B, and then after taking it as A by B, you take it this side. Then it becomes root 3 is equal to A by B minus 2, and this fellow is a rational number. Because you have assumed this as a rational number, so this will also be a rational number. But root 3 is not rational. So our assumption initially is wrong. ये generally देता नहीं है. But few findings which you should be clear from. There you should be clear from grade 9 perspective. Given root 3, it depends on the type of the marking it is. If you ask me, that question will not come. Should not come. If it comes, then they should say root 3 is irrational, given that root 3 is irrational. Or the questions that come are something like this. See, let's see the addition part. Addition. Okay. Irrational plus irrational. Tell me. Common sense लगाओ. मैं फंस गए आप लोग. जानता था मैं फंसोगे. In mathematics, there is nothing called subtraction. Every subtraction is also addition. A minus B in mathematics is A plus of negative B. Root 3 plus negative of root 3. कितना हो गया? 0. But what you took as an example was root 3 plus root 3 to root 3. तो यहाँ पे definite answer नहीं आएगा कभी भी. Irrational plus irrational can be rational also, cannot be also. Clear हुआ? These questions to answer always in the exam hall, take examples. Plus माने don't be a buddhu and only do plus, do some minus also. Root 3 plus negative root 3. 0. 0 is a rational number. क्या आद्या 0 rational number नहीं है? हर नंबर अपना चेयर घर से लेके आता है. 0 it is integer और ये भी integer. और अगर आपने ऐसा लिख दिया तो ये not defined है, ये infinity हो जाएगा. ठीक है? Irrational plus irrational can be irrational as well as rational. I am not dealing negatives separately. Have you understood? However, if you have an irrational and a rational, then it is always irrational. The irrational is like a virus. ये अकेला आएगा तो कचरा करके ही जाएगा. ऐसा सोचो अभी 2 plus root 3 irrational, 2 minus root 3 irrational. Do you understand? Clear हो गया? एडिशन देख लिया तो सब्ट्रैक्शन भी देख लिया. आइए अब मल्टीप्लिकेशन देखते हैं. मल्टीप्लिकेशन फिर से वही वाला कांड होगा. ir into ir, root 2 into root 2 gives me 2. So this can be ir or rat also. Root 2 into root 3 is root 6. Understood? However, अगर वायरस अकेला आया तो कचरा करके ही जाएगा. 2 into root 3 is always 2 root 3, which is irrational. This chapter does not have anything more than this. हाँ, इसका मतलब थोड़ी तुमको सब मार्क्स मिलेगा. Now we have to dive into. So what we will do? See, we usually have a Skype group, okay? And in that group, what we do is that there is a booklet that I have uploaded. Now, right now I'll write the questions also as I'm doing. So it's like, now we will go with the booklets, okay? Now this booklet is very, very handy. And this booklet starts with 4 MCQ papers and 1 practice question paper. पहले मेरी बात ध्यान से सुनिए. You will also get it. And if you want, you can sit here also. They've got 2 tablets you can see. But I'll be writing those questions. This is a booklet prepared by a gentleman from Hyderabad only. He is from KB Gachibowli. His name is Kumar Swami sir, and it's an excellent booklet. Okay, it has, but the only thing is that this booklet is a pre-COVID syllabus, so you have to be selective. ये chapter में थोड़ा selective होना पड़ेगा. If you try to do it on your own, then you will not know what to do and what not to do. So children, right now, please start what you call writing the question numbers as I narrate them to you. Okay, पहले लिख लीजिए कैसे लिखेंगे, and then we will pick up some questions randomly and we'll do. You write like this: MCQ worksheet 1, and whatever I am giving you, tomorrow also we will continue this in our class. Advita, tomorrow we have a class at 10:30. Tomorrow also, as we do these problems, आप यहाँ आके, no wasting time, you will be doing the problems. If you don't know, you ask me. By next Sunday, we will never come back again to this. In between, we are meeting on Monday and Wednesday. If you have any disease, we can ask. But next Sunday will be polynomials. महीने में हमें 4 चैप्टर करना ही है, नहीं तो नहीं होगा. After that, we have to do more 3-hour paper practice. These 3 months, if you slog, you blog. Otherwise, Vivan darling, all okay? हंस के कुछ नहीं होगा, तेरे लिए बोल रहा हूं, मेरे को दोबारा 10 नहीं देना है. ये 3 महीना जिसने दिया उसका जिंदगी बना, जिसने नहीं दिया, ठीक है, right? So MCQ worksheet 1, take down the questions and write them like this. See, 3 stroke. The first question is you should do, अब पेन से लिखना शुरू करो, आप लिख लो ये MCQ question number 1 worksheet 1, ये सब आपको करना है. I'm giving the question marking. Apart from this, don't do other questions because there will be questions from which are not required also. So MCQ question 1s are 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. Advita, just note it down now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 9. Done. MCQ, हाँ ये करना है, और नहीं तो क्या, ये मेरे बर्थडे के नंबर हैं. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. I could have very well posted this picture also, but I'll not do. You need to work hard. MCQ worksheet number 2. ठीक है, लिख लो. Ready? Can I narrate? 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11. MCQ worksheet 3. वानिया, ये क्या हेल्प करेगा आपको, यही करने हैं. अब आपके पास खोने का नहीं है कि ये करना है कि नहीं, ये सिलेबस में है कि नहीं, वो काम मैं कर चुका हूं. ठीक है, MCQ वर्कशीट 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 11. MCQ worksheet 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. MCQ वर्कशीट 5. इसके बाद भी अगर आपका मिस्टेक हुआ ना, then your bad luck is bad. After doing so many problems on MCQ. MCQ worksheet 5, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These questions you will be able to do in takar minute. Now comes, there will be a practice question worksheet also. Practice worksheet now, right? Practice questions. Shall I start? Practice questions. These are the to-do problems. Shuru kare? 29, 30, 31, 37, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. Then I myself got tired writing hyphen 77 means continues till 77. देखो मत मेरे मुंह की तरफ, लिखो 59 then 77. Understood? 59 77 means इट मींस ये बीच वाले भी है, हाँ 60, 61, 62, ठीक है। नहीं नहीं, why should I only have the grind ना? I was writing it yesterday. I want you also to face that beokufi. हाँ तो 50, 77, then go ahead children. 81, 82, 81, 82 hyphen 87. ऐसा आते आते you will get some same problems getting repeated. Once that frustration starts developing in you, please understand, when you have a fracture, you will find that there is a itching developing. Itching is an indication that your bone is healing. When you get frustrated, अरे फिर से वही Smita, Runa and these are cycling, अब फिर से cycling, that means you have understood now this chapter. एक छोड़ भी सकते हो, कोई बात नहीं. Okay, so 82 to 87, 89, then stroke 90 to 92, stroke 99 to 109. 99 to 109. Have you understood? These are the problems we have to do. Now, the time that is remaining for us in today's class, I will now open and I'll take up some problems which I'll tell you how to do, so that tomorrow when you come to class also you can do. So your time starts from today till next Saturday. Next Sunday, इसको देखते ही मैं बोलूँगा ये कौन? I don't know. I only know polynomials. Ruthless we have to be. And if your body weight does not fall, please understand, नहीं पढ़ रहे हो. चलिए. So we go back to Skype खोलते हैं. Okay. And now open the worksheet. I opened the worksheet. is Sanvi का बड़ा सा ही ऐसा है. Okay. So I'm going by the MCQ paper number 1. Okay. Hey Advita, don't worry. By the time you reach home, you'll get this, and this is available on internet also. Chalo. Okay. No. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 3. Like, see, question number 3. Which of the following is not a rational number? Okay, not a rational number. So, listen, I'll say root 2 is not a rational number. That means you're looking for numbers which are not rational. Root 2 is not a rational number. The next number is 0. 0 is a rational number. Root 4 will land up to 2. So it is a rational number. And root of negative 16, that's an imaginary number. So that is also not a rational number. So इसमें दो option है. Generally in CBSE exams, you will get one option only. But here they are testing you. So children, please understand. If you have root under a negative, this is an imaginary number. This does not come on the real number at all. Grade 11, you will be learning a different number called imaginary numbers. ये imaginary number है.
If this does come, which one is the answer?
Take both. And then there will be a halla in parliament on this question. I am habituated to this. Then they will award this question to everyone, citing that. And of late, this has increased a lot in CBSE. That they will say that there was an erroneous question and this question has been marked positive for all. जैसे ही आप ये करोगे, within एक घंटे में हल्ला उल्ला Instagram रील वील सब बन जाएगा. There was an error question and all. होता है ऐसा. Grade 12 physics में बहुत ज्यादा होता है. ठीक है, चलते हैं. Then after that, say I'm taking one paper. Number 4. Which of the following is an irrational number? Root 4. Root 4 is not an irrational number because root 4 is 2. 3 root 8. 3 root 8 कैसा होगा? Can anybody check it? 3 root 8. So root 8 means 4 into 2. The 4 comes out as 2. So it is 3 into 2 root 2. ये irrational, and rational into irrational is always irrational. So I hope these type of problems you will be able to do on your own. Which of the following are rational? Okay, let's check some more problems. I took number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5. A number in decimal form. Come on, this is kiddo. A fraction will be given and you have to check. मत बोलो इसी में गलती करके आओगे. ठीक है? Fine. Let's see question number 9. What was 9? I'm just seeing question number 9. Okay, the value of so and so. Do you know how to find values?
क्या इसमें आइडेंटिटी लगेगा
वाह, कितना दिमाग है आद्या. √5, it was 2 or minus √2. So this is a plus b into a minus b, which is a square minus b square. Ultimately, this will land up into a rational number. 3 आएगा इसका आंसर. 3. सार्थक करना पड़ेगा ये. ये 3 है इसका. मैं क्वेश्चन मिस नहीं, वो सब मैं ही सब करूंगा. मेरे को एग्जाम देना है क्या? आई विल स्किप क्वेश्चंस. आई एम जस्ट पिकिंग अप क्वेश्चन. इसका आंसर 3 होगा. करने की जरूरत नहीं है. अच्छा, गुड. चलो. So this paper is fine. You all can do this paper. Let's go to next. I'm just picking up some typical questions. Okay. Okay. Right. Look at question number 4 of the next one. LCM and HCF and LCM of two numbers. HCF and LCM. These are very, very common questions. I mean, unless you are a super duper dumbo, you should not make a mistake. HCF is 4 and LCM is how much? 9696. I'm doing question number 4. Got it? Then the product of the numbers is
3, 8, 7, 8.
जस्ट इसको इससे मल्टीप्लाई करना है. ये सब श्योर शॉर्ट क्वेश्चंस है, बहुत आते हैं. हाँ बस. अरे वाह दिया, क्या खा रहे हैं. अच्छे. ओके, एंड देन लेट मी पिक अप एनी अदर प्रॉब्लम व्हिच इज this also you can do it on your own. This is nothing great. Pi is a rational number. These you all try on your own. This I'll not do. Okay. Some questions that I wanted to do. Okay. 1 minute, huh? बहुत सारे बेकार के questions भी हैं, हाँ? Be very careful. Okay. If in pre-board a question like this comes, 3 into 5, okay? These are typical pre-board type questions. मतलब तुमको bore करने के लिए this question will be put. Forget the question number. If I tell you, then there's no point. Justify this is a composite number. Justify this is a composite number. So how will you justify this is a composite number? So first take out the common number, which is 7. Then what are you left with? 3 into 5 plus 1. 3, 5, 15 और 1, 16. 7 into 16. A composite number can always be expressed as product of two factors, two composite numbers. This is two composite number, or it can even further take it out as primes also. Have you understood? Fundamental theorem of arithmetic. So sometimes they may give two numbers. Always take out the common number and try to show it as a composite. Means what? Cake. Composite cake, chocolate, vanilla. You have to show two type of, it's composed of two type of cakes. So ऐसे question भी मैंने आपको in these, I have marked a lot, okay? Right. Okay, a question. Can two numbers have 18 as their HCF and 380 as their LCM? 18 as HCF and 380 as LCM. How to do this problem? Anyone? Can two numbers, okay, there are two numbers, we don't know the two numbers. Can they have 18 and how much did I say? 380. In order to do this, what should be the trick? Let's say the two numbers are x and y. Don't you know that lasama into hasafa is equal to xy? We don't know xy. That means, should the LCM not be a factor of the should the HCF not be a factor of the LCM also? सोच के देखो तो.
18 should be factor of
और कोई टेस्टिंग नहीं है ना? Did you get it? What I'm trying to say? This number should also just see whether करने का क्या जरूरत है? 18 का पीटूंगा पकड़ के 18 का टेबल क्या? 18 2 36, 19 2 38. It is not possible. करना मतलब you are wasting time. 18 डबल करने से कितना होता है? 36. 19 को डबल करने से 38 होता है. So can two numbers be there with their HCF as 19 and 380? Yes. 18 and 380? नक्को बाबा. ठीक है, चलो. ओके, चले थोड़ा और आगे. टिक 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 टिक. अच्छा, डोंट डू दीस टाइप ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स. हाँ, एक्सप्रेस HCF as 2x plus 15y, ये सब यूक्लिड्स डिवीजन लेमा है. मींस डोंट डू एनी प्रॉब्लम. ओके, let's take question number 51. Find the largest number. Okay, now I'll write this question. Can anyone narrate question number 51 for me, please? Okay, madam. Find the largest number which divides
2053 and 967
and 967
and leaves a remainder
2053 and 967 and leaves remainder
of 5 and 7 respectively.
Leaves remainder of 5 and 7 respectively. And you have to find out what the largest number. ये HCF का problem है. But don't like an idiot do HCF of these two numbers. हाँ, नहीं, घटाना है, remainder है ना. So first take out 5 from here. This becomes how much? 48.
And
My bad नहीं, laddus. You'll just get laddus, you know. My bad बोल के, oh my bad. It's for you. And 967 you take out 960. Then you compute the HCF of these two. ठीक है, वो करने की जरूरत नहीं, वो घर पे करना. Anyways, you have to do this exercise. Okay. Listen to this question and tell me how it comes out. Two tankers contain 850 liters and 680. Forget the numbers. Liters of kerosene oil respectively. हमारे पास दो टैंकर हैं, दोनों टैंकर में केरोसिन है, एक में ब्लाब्ला है, एक में ट्लाटला है. Right? Let's don't go there. It says, find the maximum capacity of a container. You need to design a balti or a bucket which can measure kerosene oil of both the tankers when used an exact number of times. Exact. So are you looking for HCF or LCM? Just see. We are looking for the highest common factor. Does the common sense also should tell us? Anyway, the number of times we will measure will never be equal to the liter content. Liter is how much? 850 and 680. Are you an idiot that you will take a 1 liter and measure it 850 times? No. So the number is always less than the two numbers. If nothing works, think like that. The number is always less than the two numbers. So you are looking for an HCF. Clear? Okay. In a morning walk. अच्छा, morning walk बोलते ही LCM मत कर देना. Question को पहले पढ़ना. 3 persons step off together. Now obviously all three will not be walking at the same speed. Their steps measure blah blah centimeter, tlatla centimeter and clakla centimeter respectively. What is the minimum distance each should walk so that they can cover the same distance in complete steps? Lowest common multiple. LCM. Because equal number of steps means there should be a particular distance which you have covered with some number of steps, but it should be a complete step. So we are working on an LCM. Not possible that it would be equal to either of the three numbers. It will be ahead of the three numbers. Is that clear? Okay. Next question. Determine the smallest 3-digit number. Smallest. Which is exactly divisible by 6, 8 and 12. Exactly divisible. Now look, smallest bolte hi, they have asked you determine the smallest 3-digit number. So there is a 3-digit number, right? Common sense khatate hai, which is exactly divisible. Divisible matlab those are the divisors. The divisors are always smaller than the dividends. This is the dividend. So the dividend is lying quite ahead and the dividers are here. So it's an LCM problem. Clear ho raha hai thought process? ठीक है, ये कर लिया ना. Okay, the traffic light at 3 different road cross after 48 seconds. So now see, by now you know this will be an LCM, but करना है. ठीक है, आद्या गोली मत मारो, गोली मारोगे ये आपके साथ गोली मारेगा. Okay, let's do this. Renu purchases fertilizer bags of weights blah blah and blah blah, 2 different kgs. Find the maximum value of weight which can measure the weight of the fertilizers in exact number of times. So same like kerosene. Kerosene ki jagah Renu became wise. Renu this time bought fertilizer. We would have bought biryani instead of fertilizer. है ना? That's good. So that's, I think there's nothing more in real numbers. So from tomorrow, see, I would show you what I narrated to you. I actually had a 1-pager like this. This is my real numbers 1-pager. My 1-pager, my way of writing it. Like it was having, I'll tell you, point number 1 was concept of numbers. Point 2 is fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Point 3 is talk to children about HCF and LCM. Point 4, if P is a prime number and if P divides A square, then P divides A. Point 5, the root 2, root 3 is irrational. That's it. And rest I had my MCQ question marks. Your time starts from tonight. Each of you can do, and I'm not saying you do only this. If you do not make your timetable, let's stop the recording. Okay.